Yo, what's up? This is the Gospel according to Mark with a C. He is I and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you what's on my mind. Check it out, good brothers, check it out. I spent a little quality time this morning in one of my favorite Facebook chat forums, if you want to call it that. And one of the topics that we kind of touched on was pregnancy in the black community. I guess you could call it, for lack of a better term, teen pregnancy maybe. And the discussion got kind of heated because I made the statement that I believe that the young woman was more to blame for her status as a pregnant teenager when she didn't want to be. And of course, that invited a lot of debate and a lot of back and forth. And I can totally understand it, man. I'm up for it. I'm ready for it. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And, some brothers was coming at me, saying, how can you just blame the woman? And the man has to share some of the responsibility. And you know something? I agree with that 100%. I never stated that the man was free from blame. I just said that the woman was more to blame for her status as a woman who was pregnant when she didn't want to be, an unwanted pregnancy. Like, who else could be more pregnant? Who else could be more responsible for a woman being pregnant when she doesn't want to be than the woman? After all, it is her body. If it's one thing that we've learned in current society, is that it's a woman's body. She can choose to or not to do whatever she wants to do with her body. So to me, it seems like the key would be teaching our young daughters the importance of being able to choose and how to choose a good, responsible, stable relationship to conceive inside of. That's my point. If anything, my point is more empowering towards women. That's the way I see it, trying to be more empowering towards our young daughters. Now look, I had an amazing relationship, and I continue to have an amazing relationship with my little sister. Of course, she's grown now, so she's a mother, she's a wife, and she's a mother to 3 fabulous young boys, you know what I mean? My little nephews, big shout out. But when she was little, I always used to talk to her about that. I always used to tell her, you have a choice. You have a choice the kind of man that you want to deal with. If he's a scrub, and he's a scrub, like we used to call him back in the day, don't think you're going to change him. Remember, I used to tell my sister all the time, and I've said it on video before, you can either be that woman that a man is going to step down to, or you can be the kind of woman he's going to step up to. Now, every man within the sound of my voice who happens to see this video knows exactly what I'm talking about. We all have that woman that we set our sights for. That woman who makes us strive to do better, that makes us want to go after her. You know what I mean? Like, she's not easy, but she's just so, like, freaking beautiful, sexy, smart, whatever you want to call it, that it makes us want to do better. It makes us want to be better. And that's the challenge that I put out there to my sister, who I love so much. And I will put that challenge out there to women, to young black women, and any woman for that matter. It's like they should all know that. Don't be the woman that a man steps down to. Be the woman that a man steps up to. The woman that makes a man want to do better. Because once you open your legs and you choose to have sex with that man, if a life comes from it, remember, initially, it was your choice to do that. It was your choice to open up and let that man in. So all I'm saying is be more discriminating. I talked about that on a video before. Be a choosy lover. I'm not blaming necessarily the woman for the ills of society and what comes from unwanted pregnancy. I'm blaming her for choosing the wrong way to go with her precious body. That's what I'm talking about. All of this comes from love. So I want a woman to do better. I want a young girl to know how precious she is. Just because you have a man in your face Just because you have a man in your face who claims that he's this and he claims that he's that and he knows all the right things to say, doesn't mean that you have to fall for it, ladies. A man will say a lot of shit that he knows you want to hear. And if you go for it based upon what he says, then a lot of times you're going to get your ass jerked. The only thing you can do as far as choosing a man is you look at what he does. You look at what he does more than what he says. You look at his actions. Just like they always say, actions speak louder than words. So this is the point that I was trying to make to my dear brothers in that Facebook group. I was trying to explain that it's about empowering women. Okay, I use the word blame, and I know that's an ugly word to use because it looks like I'm trying to absolve the other side from responsibility, and I am not. Like the second part of this, I believe I'm going to dedicate to the brothers, to the young brothers. Listen, if you're not ready to be a father, if you're not ready for the responsibility of being a father, of being in a relationship, then I'm sorry, your only choice is to not have sex. Now, I know over the years in pop culture, it makes it look like having sex is the end all be all. You need to be getting some ass. If you're not getting some ass, they try to act like you gay and shit. But listen, it's very simple. Women can come up pregnant. Girls can come up pregnant from you having sex with them. So you have to keep it real with yourself. If you're not ready for it, don't do it, young brothers. I don't know what to say. Rub one out if you have to. You know, but listen, man, once you have that baby and child support comes knocking on your door and all that shit, man, that is your life. And you want to be able to be fully realized, because let me tell you something, the way that you feel between 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 is not the way you're going to feel from 25 on for the rest of your life. You could be getting set up. You could be building an empire before you get locked down and shackled to having a child or worse, children. You know, so brothers, it is your responsibility too. Yes, I say that it's her initial responsibility because she opens up her legs. I say that, yes I do, because I want women to understand the power that they have over their body. No means no. So women, of course, yes, I will say no. That's your first line of defense. Men, it's a little bit more dramatic for us. Our first line of defense, unfortunately, is don't have sex at all. If you feel safe having safe sex, that's one thing. But let me tell you something. The only 100% safe sex method that's out there is abstinence. I don't care what the fuck anybody says. That's just the truth. So, that's it, man. You know, so I just wanted to put that out there to clarify. Yes, I believe that a woman is in charge of her body. I believe that she's accountable for what happens through her body. Unless she's being raped. If she's being raped, that's different. If a man is forcing himself onto a woman, then it's all that man's fault, 100%. And I have no fucking respect at all for a man who would force himself onto a woman. All right? But otherwise, if we're just talking about a man or a young man and a young woman having choices, women, it's your choice to have sex or not. Men, it's your choice to have sex or not. That's how it goes. And women, if you do find yourself a victim of an unwanted pregnancy, I am not an advocate for abortion at all. But that is an option. Abortion, adoption, foster care, you know, there are a lot of things you can do. But let's do better, you know what I mean? Because we need a bright future. And our young people need a bright future. It's time for the generations to start turning this shit around, man. They can learn from our mistakes. Yes, young world, we love you very much, but you can make better decisions. And that's what I'm on this video for. That was the point that I was trying to make. That's all I got to say about that. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. Brothers and sisters, I love you. This is the gospel according to Mark with a C. Rock on.